Oh, welcome back. Well, Wrestling White is still in the restroom, so let's turn it over to our Diva correspondent.
Did you know? Mark Henry is an accomplished poet, having written over 500 poems. That's 1.3 poems per pound. Way to go, Mark!
Oh, you're back. Wrestling White isn't back yet, so let's have a word from our sponsors.
This month's edition of the Unsquared Circle is brought to you by Underdog Technologies. They fix it because all you can do is break it.
I am as natural as you are diarrhea. I am very big.
Well, at least the check cleared. Back to you.
Alright, well, let's start things off by talking about Jeff Hardy and his first WWE title reign. Apparently, Vince McMahon made the final decision to put the strap on Jeff Hardy at Armageddon. The other scenario being considered, of course, was to have Edge remain champion through WrestleMania till Backlash with the help of Vicky Guerrero. That scenario, however, has been done over and over again, and the fans are tired of it. Some members of the creative team, though, were skeptical about putting the title on someone like Jeff Hardy, who already has 2 strikes under his belt from the wellness policy. It was made very clear that if the unfortunate situation occurs that Jeff Hardy received a 3rd strike while champion, the WWE would absolutely have to fire Jeff Hardy as champion. Firing the champion would be another way to show that the WWE is very serious about their wellness policy. And the biggest objector to Hardy winning the title, of course, was Stephanie McMahon. Her main argument is that Hardy is not reliable or responsible enough to be the #1 guy, given his past history, mainly with his 2 strikes in the wellness policy. And remember that mainstream media report that was picked up on Jeff Hardy being found unconscious in his hotel? Well, some thought that was a bad move by the WWE for making this public and thought that the storyline would never really amount to anything. It seems now that they are using this storyline to build up to Jeff's match at WrestleMania 25. The mystery man that attacked Jeff would most likely turn out to be, you ready? Christian Cage. I assume most didn't see this coming, but really, the WWE is so confident in their negotiations with Christian that they have already moved forward with this storyline. So that will result in Christian Cage probably returning at the Royal Rumble to cost Jeff the WWE title against Edge. And then Edge will then go on to face Triple H at WrestleMania defending the WWE title. Well, let's move on to other news. Vince McMahon is apparently not particularly fond of Hulk Hogan's Celebrity Championship Wrestling. Vince McMahon was extremely angry after watching the show during a recent flight. Following the viewing, Vince McMahon called John Laryngitis, that's just what I'm going to call him, and ordered him to tell everyone involved with the show that they are no longer welcome in the WWE. That includes the Mouth of the South Jimmy Hart. He doesn't even want them visiting the shows or talking with the company's wrestlers. Also, Batista was a guest on the WJFK radio morning program this past month, and he revealed that he was dating Kelly Kelly a couple months ago. He said she was just a young girl, and he also said she was a little immature for a 21-year-old. He also said that their age was the main reason why the relationship didn't last. So, boys and their toys. Also, it has been reported that the WWE story arc that HBK and JBL are doing is based on Mickey Rourke's character in the movie entitled The Wrestler, which is coming to theaters in 2009. And in the last of my news, Deuce is now working on the Raw roster with the new gimmick and is using the ring name Sim Snuka. Sim's real name is James William Ryer Jr., and he is also the adopted son of Jimmy Snuka. So, that wraps it up for my news. Let's head back to the desk. Well, let's move on to our final wrap.
Ice, ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby. Alright, stop.
WWE Hall of Famer Bret the Hitman Hart underwent knee surgery this past month in Calgary. Bret is already up and is expected to be using his walker, as is Hogan, and return to his home in Hawaii by next month.
And in TNA Wrestling is announcing the creation of a new 1-hour television series set to debut in early 2009, TNA Epics. as it's called, will feature the most awe-inspiring and monumental moments, matches, and superstars that shaped the face of TNA from its early 2002 incarnation up until today.
Also in TNA news, TNA's president Dixie Carter has purchased a $2.13 million mansion. It's located in Hillsborough Pike in Nashville, Tennessee, and sits on 3 acres of land. At one time, the house belonged to country star Leanne Rimes, which Wrestling White is very familiar with.
Right. And speaking of TNA, recently released WWE star Elijah Burke had a lone talk with TNA Director of Talent Relations Terry Taylor right after a wrestling convention on the 6th of December.
And in the final of the TNA news, Samoa Joe has more reason to celebrate this holiday season. He and his wife have a new healthy baby boy. It's the couple's first child, and thanks to the storyline Time Off, he can now spend Christmas and New Year's with his family.
And lastly, in WWE, the writers in WWE have wanted to start a storyline with Triple H and Stephanie. The reason why it hasn't happened yet is because the writers are struggling to find the right time and the right place to start it. Now that Stephanie is no longer pregnant and able to make more TV appearances, the right time may be approaching. The only issue that appears to be in the way right now is Stephanie McMahon's weight problem. She is still a little large from her pregnancy, and as previously reported, is only being shown on the TV from the chest up.
Well, that wraps things up for this month. We are your hosts. I'm Bobby Black.
And I'm Wrestling White.
Good fight.
And good night.